Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wisdom Workshop Library. My name is Sean Waters. I'm your guide to an exciting list of books. These are the top 5 books I'm going to be reading this spring to nurture and nourish my creative capacity and creative potential, to refine the vessel, that the inspiration of whatever creativity, the mystery of creativity, to come through, or whatever metaphor we're going to use. We'll talk about that a little bit. If you like the channel, like and subscribe. If there's anything you want to hear more about these, I'd love to talk about them. Number 1 is Anna Katharina Schaffner's The Art of Self-Improvement, 10 Timeless Truths. We chose this about living creatively because it draws on the aspects of how we see ourselves when we are improving ourselves. Schaffner is a cultural historian, and she kind of does this nice overview of the different modes of self-improvement throughout the ages from both the Eastern and Western world. So it's kind of a global comparative approach on how people have talked about self-improvement for the last 3,000 years or so. And this is a nice way she's drawn out these 10 timeless truths like know yourself, be good, be humble, reflect, overcome adversity. There's kind of like essential aspects of what it means to improve ourselves, which connects really interestingly to living creatively. So this is The Art of Self-Improvement, 10 Timeless Truths, really well written. This is a good one, just came out in 2021. Second, we have Scott Barry Kaufman's Wired to Create, Unraveling the Mysteries of the Creative Mind. This is a work in the contemporary psychology of creativity. Scott Barry Kaufman also wrote Transcend, the New Science of Self-Actualization, but this is his book before that. They identify these 10 things that artists do differently or that creatives do differently. Since things is kind of a dead word, he's really talking about here are habits of mind or attitudes towards our experience. So they've identified in the current psychology of creativity and the research around creativity, it's this complex act that there's interrelating processes, aspects of how we might approach our experience, like imaginative play and mindfulness and openness and solitude and collaboration, connection. So it's a cool picture of the polarities and contradictions and multitudes that creative beings are. Wired to Create, Scott Barry Kaufman, great pairing with The Art of Self-Improvement by Katharina Schaffner. Number 3, this one just came out 3 weeks ago. It's Rick Rubin's The Creative Act, A Way of Being. This book is gorgeous, and I'm reading this as kind of like an open it up anywhere and see what comes up, like I just did. Look inward. I'll have to come back to that one when I'm not talking to you all. Oh, here we go. Then there's like little small things. This is like a book that you open up and just digest a tiny bit of it and then put it back down. So I'm going to be reading this book probably for the next few years, but just like in 1 or 2 pages at a time. The person who makes something today isn't the same person who returns to the work tomorrow. That's awesome because it ties together the idea of art, self-improvement, and the creative habits of mind that we might have to allow ourselves to become new all the time. Rick Rubin is a fantastic record producer. He's worked with Johnny Cash, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tom Petty, produced some of the best albums, in my opinion, that have ever been produced. And he's full-on guru mode in here. It's like the Tao Te Ching mixed with Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. So we just have 2 more books here. That's number 3. Be gentler to that one when we throw it down. Number 4, revisiting Natalie Goldberg's Writing Down the Bones, Freeing the Writer Within. This is Zen philosophy meets free writing practice, meets trusting your own mind and cultivating a writing practice that can help you understand where you're coming from in a real alive way. This work is inspirational for beginner's mind and just to enjoy our process of discovering our creative and nurturing our creative natures. Number 4, Writing Down the Bones, Natalie Goldberg on Freeing the Writer Within. Revisiting this one's probably the 4th time I've read this one. And the complement to that is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. This is a cult classic for a favorite. It's a cult classic for a reason. It's a favorite book of a ton of, maybe not a favorite book, but it's a reference book by a ton of creatives. Is a little woo-woo, Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity But why I selected this as the 5th book to nurture and nourish our creativity this spring is that she does do good work in getting us to connect with, call upon, trust, give more room to our creative inner children. So the kind of our creative natures before, like the beginner's mind of our creativity. She also offers the morning pages practice, which is what all of these notebooks are, as the morning pages, and also the artist's date practice, to set aside time in our week to do something creative with our inner child. So those are the 5 books that I'd recommend in cultivating creativity. I'm gonna be going through these books over the next 12 weeks and pulling out the best information from them, the best quotes and best frameworks and perspectives. So if you're interested in figuring out what's in these books, but you don't want to read them, maybe this is a good channel for you to subscribe to. And if you're interested in joining an upcoming cohort, that's just a group of people that integrate and discuss and converse in a Socratic philosophical style around big questions that matter, like what is the good life and how do we get there. The next Good Life workshop starts February 22nd, 2023. And they run for 7 weeks. It's a super powerful and transformative educational experience. We tried to make it the most potentially transformative of anything on the internet. And I think we're doing a good job based on testimonials. If you want to reach out to me, it's sean@wisdomworkshop.io, but I'll put that all in the text description down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe, stick around. Peace, enjoy from the Wisdom Workshop Library. Bye now.